Time to drop some college knowledge on XL Primetime. Brought to you by Modelo, the official beer of the College Football Playoff.
That they're going to be there for the College Football Playoff. You will as well. This is the first time we're seeing a group of 12 playoff teams compete for that natty. So let's get to it. XLP to the CFP with our top 12 in the Big Search. We've been going 12 down to 1. We've definitely had changes from week 1 to week 2, of course, compared to our preseason. Let's get it started, man. 12 to 9.
12 to 9. At number 12, I've got USC. What? Not so fast.
Yeah.
Lee Corso on you right there. You forgot to get a good group of what?
Group of 5. Give them
in
some
there.
love, man.
Northern Illinois.
Okay.
You got 11?
Okay.
I got them at 12.
You got 12. Okay.
I got them at 12. At 12, I got Northern Illinois.
Right.
Now, at 11, I got Penn State. At 10, I've got Oregon. At 9, I got Mizzou.
All right.
Okay. It's. I tell you what, Missouri was a little bit like Boston College.
College, good team.
Gave them a good game.
Yeah.
That was a 2-touchdown point spread between the two, and it took a while for Missouri to get going. All right, so that's his 12 down to 9.
Again, BC was a couple plays away from scoring 49 in Florida State. So
Yeah.
that's a good team.
Yeah.
My 12 is Memphis. It's like what they did. I know their other two games aren't that impressive, but going to Italia and physically standing up to Florida State and trading blows, I liked it.
Yep.
I liked it a lot. My 11 is Oregon. They reset a bit against Oregon State. I still have a lot of questions.
Yeah, but
about
they
that
almost put a
offensive
50
line.
burger on them. So
They did. Still have questions about that O-line. 10 is Mizzou. And honestly, the sneaky game with BC got another sneaky game this week against Vandy, even though Vandy lost last week to Georgia State. Sneaky game. Well, it should be fine there. And then my 9 is USC. It all looks really good. Big Ten opener this weekend at Michigan, who now has benched Davis Warren for Alex Orji. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Michigan.
it's so funny because I did my field of 12, and I counted them up, and I got 2 5s. I got 13. Okay, so I got to kick somebody to the curb, and this is ever changing, so I'm just going to do it because I'll just be honest. I'm trying to jam as many SEC teams in there as I possibly can. That's just the way it is right now. All right, Memphis is number 12 out of the group of 5. Yes, impressive what they have been able to do post Mike Norvell. You got to give them credit. So 12 to them. Oregon, who I did not have in my college football playoff top 12 for a while, I'm putting them back in. 49-14 winners over Oregon State, the game formerly known as the Civil War. And so that moved them back into the top 12. After that, I've got Penn State. Nope, check that. Hit erase and move USC up into that 10th spot. That's the team I'm getting rid of, at least for this week. I've got Southern Cal 10th, and I've got Utah 9th. The Utes with an impressive win. All right, let's go 8 to 5.
All right, my number 18, the Volunteers, Tennessee Volunteers. I got them at number 8. That firepower offensively, boys, is unmatched right now. Now, when they get into a little tougher schedule, they've got what? This week they got OU. That should be a great game. Can't wait for it.
Well, they have 67-0 at halftime last week.
Oof.
Yeah. That's just overindulgence.
Yeah.
All right, at number 7, I got Ole Miss at number 7. At number 6, I got Bama. I got Alabama. Boy, they took them behind the woodshed against Wisconsin. I don't know whoever thought that was going to be actually a decent game. I knew Bama was going to beat them to death.
Matt said he couldn't get away from those 17 points, and it just was a whooping.
It was.
Up in Wisconsin.
It was. So I got Bama at number 6. And at number 5, Georgia.
Okay. All right.
Actually
so
penalized them.
All right, so real quick,
Yeah.
before you do your Final Four, because Matt's got to do his 8 to 5, I got to do mine, but just real quick, that group of teams right there.
Well, listen, I didn't want to penalize Georgia for out because it was a fist fight in Kentucky. But when you're number 1 team in the country and you were favored by 30-something points, you win by 1. I had to do it.
Okay. All right, Matty. 8 to 5.
They're the exact same as Leon. I got Tennessee at 8. Nothing like returning home to OU, Josh Heupel with the hottest offense in the nation. Ole Miss at 7. All looks great, but it's against overmatched teams. Number 6 is Alabama. By the way, I told you guys this in the break. They got 2 weeks to prepare for Georgia. Alabama has won 8 of the last 9 meetings by an average of 11 points against Georgia. The only one they lost was the national championship game. So
yeah, that's a pretty good little run right
that's
there.
a really good run. And 5, of course, is not Texas anymore. It's now Georgia.
Okay, so coming to our side, our way.
Only because, it was a rock fight. The Kentucky game was a rock
really,
fight, and it was a classic. The SEC team played poor the week before, and now all of a sudden they're like readjusted. And I'm telling you right now, by the way, Mississippi State, who played poor last week against Toledo, will readjust, and they will play well this weekend.
And the thing with Kirby
against the Gators.
Kirby doesn't necessarily invite that type of game because they could have lost that game. But he'll coach off of that game. There's no question about that. All right, so real quick, let's just go 8-5 with mine. I have Alabama 8th because they, like we said, they beat the tar out of whiskey, knocked Tyler Van Dyke out of that game, and then the Badgers had no chance after that. Tennessee is next, and I'm kind of back and forth with these two. I'm putting Tennessee 7th and Ole Miss 6th, and I'm not quite sure that if you ask me again tomorrow that I wouldn't flip them because Ole Miss, who would I pick in that game? I really don't know, but I'm going to go Tennessee.
That's a fun game. That would be a fun game.
Yeah, Volunteers, then Ole Miss, and then I'll go Georgia as that 5th team overall because of the reasons you guys just listed. I had Georgia 5th last week, so I have no problem backing it up this week. 4-1.
All right, number 4, I got the Utes at number 4. At number 3, I got the Canes. Got a big game this Saturday.
Yes, they
on
do.
the road. USF. They play Alabama tough. But we should still win.
Find out what Coach Golich, or the future Florida coach, is all about. Go ahead.
Number 2, I got the Buckeyes, and at number 1, I got Hook 'em Horns.
Okay.
Texas Longhorns.
Yeah, hard to argue. You're 4-1, Matt.
I think it's fun that you haven't gotten away from Utah. Like you're still there, even though
I'm still there.
Even though Cam Rising may not play this week again, he's got a cut on his finger.
Yeah, and they played the in-state rival, not a very good Aggie team, but anyway, they took care of business.
And by the way, the new Utah quarterback is Isaac Wilson, who is the brother of Zach Wilson.
Yes. All right, what do you got?
My 4 is Oklahoma State. They play host to Utah this week. It's going to be a fun
really
game,
big game,
man. Really fun game. My 3 is Miami. They opened the upper deck, by the way, at Raymond James Stadium for this game because students bought so many tickets. They might
I
even
thought
get,
it was because the Hurricanes are traveling.
They might even get a sellout. Might
Yeah.
even get a sellout in this game.
Ooh.
See what he did to you there by saying he thought the Hurricanes were traveling?
That's all right.
No respect. You beat him
That's fine.
41-17. He's
Hey,
still
we're
no
not worried.
respect, man.
Listen, when the playoffs start, they'll be home watching us.
By the way, you guys did get plenty of camera time in that game, Hog 31. You definitely got. You may not have filled up the stadium, but you got plenty of camera time.
My number 2 is Ohio State, and I don't like it. I don't like the fact that I'm just slotting them in there because I don't know that they are number 2. They played 2 cupcake games. They got another one this week against Marshall after an open week. I mean, let's see something from them. And
I
then
agree.
number 1 is Texas, and I don't care who plays quarterback right now. They're playing as well as anybody.
The spoils of what Sarkisian has at Texas is to lose Quinn Ewers, who was balling against Michigan, and then just say, hey, Arch, we finally need you. Step in. And then he took off and had that big run and all the other stuff. So anyway, I got 4-1. Iowa State, that's still my pick in the Big 12. I've got Miami 3. Ohio State, and it's only by default, Matty, because we just barely put Oregon back in, or at least I just barely put them back in, because that was the only other team that I was enamored with in the Big Ten. USC a little bit, but I wasn't ready to push them all the way up there. And then Texas number 1. So that's where we're at. XLP, CFP.
I'll tell you what, the Texas quarterback situation right now, it's not talent-wise, but situational-wise, is very similar to what happened in 2021 at Georgia. JT Daniels got all the preseason Heisman hope. Gets the oblique injury early in week 2.
Yeah.
And he just keeps missing games. He's week to week. He's week to week. And then Stetson comes in there, and boom, away it goes.
Away they took
and
off.
Right now, Ewers has an oblique injury. He's also week to week.
Yeah.
And we saw what Arch Manning did.
Yeah, the only thing I would debate you on is that JT Daniels came in with hope, whereas Quinn Ewers came in with accomplishments and stats.
Well, I mean, JT played really well the last 5 games of the previous season
before
when he finally
came
got
over.
in.
Yeah.
No, for Georgia of the COVID season. He played really well, actually.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers had himself a year last year.
He did, there's no doubt.
Yeah,
But if you get to the point where he's out for a couple games and Arch Manning plays really well, you're going to have to make a decision.
Couldn't have happened, honestly, better for them to have that guy as a backup. All right, CFP from XLP, thanks to Modelo, the official beer of the College Football Playoff.
Mia here, and thanks so much for watching 1010XL. For even more content from around Jacksonville's sports scene, be sure to like and subscribe to the 1010XL channel.